Hey everybody, this is Chris. Welcome back to my channel. So glad you're here. Today we're going to be looking at how to trade stocks, ETFs, and crypto using the Wealthsimple app. I had somebody ask me how to do it, and I thought, well, it should be super simple. But you know what? In case other people want to learn how to do it, I'm going to go through an example of that with you today. I'm bringing my phone and everything to show you that. So before we get into that, please, if you're new here, take a second to subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Like the video if you enjoy it once the video is over. And before we get into that, let's just take a look quickly here. So I'd like to give an update on Bitcoin and a couple of the ETFs that I trade. So Bitcoin is up on the day. We're at currently at $113,859 USD, which is up a little bit from the last video I made. So it's moving up. Last week, the video I made, we were at about 110. Then I think we went to 111.5. And yeah, now we're at 113, almost 114. So Bitcoin's working its way back up. Definitely should be buying Bitcoin. If you bought recently, if you're dollar cost averaging, I'd love to hear it. So let me know. MSTY Misty is trading at $15.27 a share. This is one of the yield max option income strategy ETFs I like to use. So it's a pretty high, it's a high yield dividend paying ETF that I buy and I do tell my viewers about. This one pays dividends monthly. The last distribution was $1.08 per share, which is pretty good. And Misty's been known to have payouts as high as $4 a share. And I believe the average right now is around $2.25 that it pays out per month on average. So really good ETF to get into if you're looking for high income ETFs. And also the next one I've just been starting to buy is ULTY, another yield max ultra option income strategy ETF. This one's trading at $5.59. So this one pays a weekly dividend. They just declared a dividend today of just over 9 cents per share. So it's a little bit higher than expectations and met a lot of expectations that people were saying about 8 cents and on X. So it looks like the sentiment is kind of matching up here. So paying out 9 cents and it pays out weekly. So payment is Friday usually, and the ex-dividend day is Thursdays. So looking forward to that. Again, so these are all classified as pretty high-risk investments. So I'm not giving you investment advice. I'm not trained professionally as a CRA or an investor or a broker, but I just let you guys know what I'm doing, what's been working for me as building financial freedom into my life goes. All right, so that's the updates on those. And all right, so to be able to do this, you gotta learn. You gotta know how to trade crypto and stocks. So I usually recommend using Wealthsimple. It's the app that I've been using. It's very user friendly, as you'll see here. And I'm not sure what its availability is like worldwide. It's definitely in Canada, I believe in the US as well. But you can always check your app store to see if you're able to download Wealthsimple. And it is a KYC, so it's a Know Your Customer app. They're going to ask you in Canada for your SIN number. So in States, it's probably your Social Security. And they're gonna ask you for ID. You got to do a selfie to make sure your ID matches the selfie. So they go through those security checks that are part of regulations that they have to do to be able to offer these kind of services to you. All right. So when we get on here, so once you got all through that, it's gonna ask you to set up an account. So if you scroll right to the bottom, usually, or you might not have to scroll when you first sign up, but there's just going to be an add or move an account. This is actually after you set up your Wealthsimple, then you'll be able to add an account. It will probably ask you right out of the gate what kind of account you want to set up. But if anything, you can just go right to the bottom and hit add or move an account. Add or move an account. For Canadians, I would go open a new account. And if you have contribution room in your TFSA, if you don't know what a TFSA is, you probably do have contribution room in it. You would just click on TFSA. When you use a TFSA account, that means anything that you earn in the account is tax free, right? So that means if you open the account, if you put $100 in there, and you invest that $100 and it makes another $100, so you have $200, then you can take that $200 out and you won't be taxed on it. So that's the beauty of a tax-free savings account. There's a contribution room every year. I believe it came out in 2009 or so. So the maximum contribution room that any Canadian would have is somewhere just over $100,000 right now. And then every year they add about $7,000 to $7,500 of contribution room, depending. That it can change year to year. But anyway, that's the tax-free savings account. If you're from the States and you're using this, you probably want to use an equivalent tax-sheltered account, if possible, to do your investments in where they can grow tax-free. So once you've got your tax-free savings account open, you would click on it. And it kind of gives you a summary of, how much you're holding, how well it's doing, etc. And then when you want to make a trade, so if you want to get an ETF or a stock, you would just press trade. And then there's a search bar that comes up. So if you've bought certain stocks or crypto before, they'll show a listing of what you currently own, and you can just click on that if you want to buy more. But if you don't, then you can just type in the ticker symbol of the ETF you want to buy. So in this case, we're going to look at buying ULTY. Click on that. It's going to have the name of it on the top. It's going to show what it's currently trading at, and that's pretty live. So it moves as the day progresses, as the price of the ETF or stock fluctuates. And it will give you a bit of a rundown of, the bid, the asking price, the last sale price, what it opened at when the market's open for the day, what the high has been for the day, what the low has been for the day, the exchange is where it's being traded. So we usually see like the New York Stock Exchange or the Toronto Stock Exchange is most common, I believe. Margin REQ 30%. Market cap is $3.12 billion on this stock. The 52-week high is $11.53 on the last 12 months. Last 52 weeks, the highest price for the stock has been $11.53, and the lowest price has been $5.23. I like to look at that. That's one of the important numbers for me. So I like to trade closer to the lowest price if I can. So it's pretty close to the low. It's far from the high. So it's usually a good time to buy when it's closer to the low, because that means there's a lot of chance of it going back up, and your price of the stock or the ETF that you're holding is appreciating as it moves up. The volume 9.59 million, average volume is 40.66 million, yield 131.3%. So you would just click trade if you want to buy. There's trade options. You would just hit buy ULTY. It's gonna throw in a price for you, $5.60. If the market is open, you can just hit market and buy this number right here in the middle. The 0 would be how many stocks you want to buy. And if you press 5, it will hit 5 shares and tells you how much it's going to cost altogether in USD. Or you can press the number under the 0, and then it switches to a dollar amount that you might want to buy. So you can just say, I want to buy $10 USD worth, and it will tell you that it will buy you 1.7889 shares. Let's go through a buy. So let's switch it back to shares. We'll buy 1 share, Then you hit review. So it's telling me I need $5.63 USD more to continue. So it's going to let me choose an account to buy from. So I'll hit my spending because I have some money in there. Then I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to hit next again. Then submit to transfer that money into my TFSA. All right, so now the money's in my TFSA, and now I'm just gonna just check the details here. Order type is market buy, so that means the market is open, so I'm buying it. Account I'm buying it in is my retirement holdings TFSA. The quantity is 1 share that I'm buying. Payment method is a transfer, $7.94 Canadian, estimated with 1.4128 FX rate. So there's there's a fee that you got to pay when you're exchanging Canadian funds to U.S. funds. So you got to remember that when you're doing your calculations, kind of factor that in or keep it in the back of your mind that you are paying some money to convert your fees. So the estimated total cost is $5.59 USD for this transaction, and instant fill just means that it usually fills the order right away once you hit submit. So I'm gonna hit submit order. Order sent. Market buy of 1 share ULTY. Total estimated cost $5.59. This security is eligible for dividend reinvestments. So if you click on that, it will give you the option to do automatic reinvestments for your dividends. You can do that if you just want to, as soon as your dividend hits your account, then the app will just kind of automatically buy more shares depending on how much your dividend payout was. Or you can just do it manually yourself. Like maybe you might want to take a portion of the dividend out of the account and use it for bills or whatever you wanted to use it for, or different investments, and then maybe reinvest a certain amount instead of the whole thing. So you can leave that off if you're going to do that manual. So I would just hit done. And then if you scroll down, it will show you your share balance. So now I have 1 share of ULTY for $5.59. Book cost is $5.59. Average price, $5.59. So the average price as you buy, as you buy over time, it will show you the average price that the share was at when you purchased that. So that fluctuates a bit. The lower that is the better. Percent of retirement holdings account is 0.01% of my retirement account. So that's talking about all the different assets you own in the account. So this is only a very small portion because I don't hold ULTY on this account. It's held on a different account. So that's why it's only showing a small portion of this portfolio. And this says today's return. That's just how much the stock has moved up or down. It will show you a regular green number means it's gone up, like it did right now, or it will be a red number, means that it's gone down. And your total return tells you how much it's gone up over time. And again, it shows green or red whether you're in the plus or the minus on that. With these yield mac ETFs, a lot of times you'll see them in the red because the stock price will go down and kind of stay down for quite a while. The thing there is it will go down because that's just the way that ETF works, because it's a dividend paying ETF. So you're just worried about keeping the shares so you can get a dividend payout per share. So the stock price doesn't really have a whole lot to do with it. So if it goes into the red, then like I wouldn't be super concerned about it, because you're just in here for the dividend payouts. You're not in here for the stock price per se. Anyway, so that's how you buy or trade an ETF. So now you have that in your portfolio. Crypto is very similar. So you have to open a crypto account. So I'm going to click on my crypto account. It's going to show you how much crypto It's going to show you how the crypto has been moved. Mine is showing minus 452.93 this past month. Mine doesn't track very accurately because I moved crypto between Wealthsimple and a cold wallet, so a cold storage wallet. So that the earnings get skewed because I've moved them and I've sold them and I've did different things like swapped them. So it's not showing an accurate calculation of whether I'm up or down on crypto, because I know that I'm way up on it, not down. So anyway, you would scroll down, you would click trade, make sure you're buying your Bitcoin. So I hit Bitcoin, BTC. Again, just like the ETF, press trade, buy BTC, purchase BTC with cash. So you can either buy a certain quantity or a certain amount. So quantity is if you want to buy like 1 Bitcoin, and that would be 157,433 Canadian, or 0.01 Bitcoin, that would be $1,574. But I just prefer to do an amount. So let's buy $5 of Bitcoin. That's going to be 0.000032 Bitcoin. So that's the beauty about Bitcoin. You can buy any amount really over $1. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy a piece of a Bitcoin, and then as Bitcoin's price goes up, then your value of your Bitcoin goes up as well. So buy, hit review. It says I need 5 more to continue. Please choose a source. I'm going to get it from my spending account. Hit next. Hit next. So it's telling me that it's going to send $5 for my spending to my crypto right away. Submit. Now the money's in my crypto account. It's going to charge me a 1% fee. And that's the fee that Wealthsimple takes to process the transaction for you. If you're a new user with under a certain limit of money, it may be a 2% fee. But if you got a 1% fee, then you're good. And there's even a level you can get where you only have to pay 0.5% for transaction fees. So that's where I'm trying to get that's where I'm trying to get. So anyway, I'll hit submit order. Order sent, market buy of 0.000031 Bitcoin, total estimated cost $5. Done. Let's add it to my Bitcoin balance. Again, I just keep I don't keep all of my Bitcoin here, so it's just showing part of my Bitcoin holdings. My holdings has went up to 0.019097 coins. Book cost, average price, percent of crypto account shows there, and the total return is shown there as well. That's it. Super easy to buy, as I was saying, with the Wealthsimple app. It's very user friendly, very user intuitive. If you don't have Wealthsimple, you can sign up below using my link. I have a referral code in there. If you use the referral code, you get a $25 deposit into your account. Easiest $25 you ever made just by using my referral code. All right, so that's the video for today. I hope it was helpful for somebody. Please leave me a comment below, or any questions that you might have about the Wealthsimple app or these ETFs or Bitcoin. I'd be more than happy to help you, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.